It's the second annual 12 iPad Apps of Christmas to keep your iPad aplay. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad aplay. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Well, happy day for you, and hopefully we won't be celebrating Happy Armageddon Day. We're having a snowpocalypse in about a few hours here, so got to gear down for that. But hopefully you're nice and warm and safe and cozy and everything like that. Today we are doing the second annual, we did it last year, going to do it this year, the second annual 12 iPad Apps of Christmas. Last year was geared more towards iPad apps. This year, I'm gearing it more towards apps that you should probably have on your iPad. In fact, these are the apps that I put on my iPad for the show or for a future review. And then I said, I can't live without it. I need to keep it on my iPad. And so they stuck onto my iPad. And we're going to go through all 12 of those. And to help me out is, a very special guest in me on guitar. All right, let's get going here. Okay, here we go. The 12 iPad apps of Christmas. On the first iPad app after Christmas, my true love gave to me. I've had this app ever since I had my first iPhone. It is Monopoly. I can play it one player, I can play four player, I can play online or whatnot. I play this game on the airplane when there's no Wi-Fi connection, before their flight takes off. I've always got this game out, and it's a lot of fun. Of course, you can't go wrong with an old classic like Monopoly, and it's on my iPad. On the second iPad app after Christmas, my true love gave to me. Next up is The Walking Dead. It was the game, it's actually an interactive comic game or a graphic novel where you are a person trying to fight yourself through and not get attacked by zombies, not get bitten by a zombie, and of course not become a zombie. The Walking Dead comes in many episodes, and I've had this played this on my iPad several times. On the third iPad app after Christmas, my true love gave to me. Next up is Alarm Clock HD. It tells me the time, which is great, but it also gives me an alarm clock to put on my bedpost when I'm out and about. Or even last night, I had to get up at 6:30 this morning, so I set my iPhone and my iPad with this Alarm Clock HD Pro. Absolutely free. There are paid versions of this, but this app is free, and you can even wake up to iPod music. On the fourth iPad app after Christmas, my true love gave to me. Next up is the way I get my podcasts, Stitcher Internet Radio. You can go and you download, you set up your playlists, and it shows podcast after podcast after podcast. Once one podcast is done, the next one starts up. iPad 365 is an audio format. It is on Stitcher Internet Radio. You can find it there. Go over to stitcher.com/geek and download it there, and you could win yourself $100. On the fifth iPad app of Christmas, my true love gave to me. The coolest thing about owning iMovie is the fact I can create 3 or 4 scenes, put it into a preview or put it into a movie and put it up on YouTube, send it to Dropbox, send it to somebody's email address, a birthday party, a Christmas, whatnot. I have it both on my iPhone and my iPad. I use it in both situations, and it's a great program to have in a pinch when you need to catch some video and you don't have a camera around. So iMovie, great way to create videos more than just take a video. On the sixth iPad app after Christmas, my true love gave to me. Check out my clan. It's my Clash of the Clans. It's one of the games that I've gotten really involved playing. In fact, I got to collect some gold here really quick and some elixir. So basically, you're building yourself your own little area, your own little clan, and you're setting it up to thwart any other clans from attacking you. And of course, they'll attack you. In this case, another one will attack in about 12 hours when my shield is back down. But as I build my defenses, I can go attack goblins, I can go attack other people's clans, and have a lot of fun doing it. Clash of Clans is the name of this app, and I use it every day. On the seventh iPad app after Christmas, Christmas my true love gave to me. This is another app that I have on both my iPad and my iPhone. It's GarageBand, where I can actually play different instruments and create songs, and I've actually done a couple intros using GarageBand. Like when I went out to South by Southwest, I made the intro right from my iPad to put onto all my videos. So it's a great way to do some video, do some music. You hook up with other people with iPads and you can actually have a jam session. You could play drums, they could play piano or whatever, and have a lot of fun doing it. GarageBand is one of those apps that's on my iPad. On the 8th iPad app for Christmas, my true love gave to me. With all this talk about Instagram and the whole Facebook thing, I'm glad I have an app like this. This is Adobe's PS Touch, Photoshop Touch. And basically what it is a mini version of Photoshop. I can actually bring in pictures and touch them up, maybe take out a blemish or something like that, or actually create some way out pictures to put up on iPad 365, to put up on my other videos or anywhere else. It's a pretty fun app, and once you really get a hang of it, you can do a lot of cool stuff with PS Touch. On the 9th iPad app that Christmas my true love gave to me. Next up is Google Chrome. I don't use Safari if I can help it. I actually go into Google Chrome to get all my apps, to get all my pages up there. And I have it on my iPad, I have it on my iPhone as well, and it's just a great browser to have to get into some of these pages and go from there. I never like the security on Safari, that's why I choose Google Chrome. On the 10th iPad after Christmas, my true love gave to me. Next up is that good old game app. It's called Snoopy's Street Fair. I talked about it about a month ago. It's basically you set up your street fair using the cast of characters from Charlie Brown, including Charlie Brown, Linus, Snoopy, Sally, Pigpen, so on and so forth. They set up their street fair booth, and of course you get coins and experience from these booths. Snoopy's Street Fair, it's a lot of fun, and I play it all the time. On the 11th iPad app at Christmas, my true love gave to me. Whenever life gets me down, I let William Shatner bring me back up again. It's called Shat Tree. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. It's a way to actually do poetry using William Shatner's voice. Basically, you create shatisms, and so I've created this shatism right here. Ho, 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 warmly depths and embers, timely birds say, sad, horses, 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 crazy. Of course, you don't hear me say it, you hear William Shatner say it. And that's the cool thing about Shat Tree. On the 12th iPad app after Christmas, my true love gave to me. All right, this last app, this is actually the app of the year 2012 for Apple. And of course, it is on my iPad. I enjoy it, I use it a lot. It's called Paper, otherwise known as Paper 53. Basically, it's a sketchbook, so you can actually go in and you can create images simply by bringing up the page and start drawing on the page. I'll do a little face here. And you can have a lot of fun with it. Of course, you can use it as a sketchbook. You can use it as a note-taking device. I saw a couple people actually do that in conferences that I've attended. It's called Paper 53, and it's in the App Store now. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. And that's this episode of iPad 365. What'd you think of the 12 apps of Christmas? Do you use those apps? If you're getting somebody an iPad, you should get those apps. They're not all free. Some of them, I think the highest price is about $9.99, and that's for the GarageBand. $4.99 for the GarageBand, iMovie. I think the PS Touch was the one that's $9.99 in the App Store. One more shout out. This is the best note here. I use this a lot. It's called LED Machine, and basically turns your iPad into a big LED screen. Of course, I use it for the closing of iPad 365 every single episode. So big shout out to LED Machine for that. All of these, I'll have links to where you can get these apps. Of course, I'll also have my first review of these apps that you can go to and actually take a more in-depth look on that. So that's the 12 iPad apps of Christmas. Anyway, my name is Jeffrey Powers. Here's what's going to happen. Next Monday, we're going to have a very special iPad 365. I'm actually going to do a reading, actually read to your kids the night before Christmas, which I think is pretty darn cool. So we will do that on Monday when it will be another episode of iPad 365. Until Monday, you guys take care. Be safe if you're in this storm. Be very, very safe. And we'll see you on Monday when we will all geek out for the Christmas time. And hopefully we will not have seen Armageddon. You should follow Graphite on Twitter @GraphiteINC.